Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that then. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Starts like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're out the dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhuister here with the Man Hour. Be able to head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page, or check out the blog section as well. We have maybe next year merches out there. We got the Bills Mafia merch out there. And of course, we got Takeaway 22. And of course, the Man Hour logo merch as well. All popping over there. People are loving it. People are buying it. And people are giving us rave reviews on it. And guys, if you enjoy it, let me know. And we'll definitely feature you if you would like to on our Facebook page. Say, hey, this guy checked it out. You guys should too, or lady. There are a lot of ladies here at Man Hour. So guys, we do got a pretty action-packed show for you tonight. I am back after being down with the sickness for the last week. But Friday edition is here, way or no way, and we are going to talk about that man, the myth, the legend, Baker freaking Mayfield. We got to talk about him. OBJ has officially been ruled out for the 2022 NFL season. The Lions, playoffs. Oh, playoffs? And we're talking about playoffs. And of course, we're talking about Lamar Jackson and how his injury makes the Baltimore Ravens better at the end of the day. Before we get too carried away in today's show, we always got to start off with the shock news. It's time to get shocked. All right, guys, so as you know, Thursday Night Football has kind of been a drag all season long. Nothing has really been kind of like, oh, let me watch this game. Besides the Bills-Patriots game, that was a pretty good game. But other than that, it has been a complete dumpster fire, game in and game out. And quite frankly, I have to ask the question, how can we fix Thursday Night Football? Because clearly it's not going anywhere. The obvious way to fix it is just not have it. Like, you want good football? Don't have it on Thursday night. It's simple as that. The only time Thursday or football should be on Thursday is on Thanksgiving Day at 11 o'clock when the Detroit Lions lose and then the Dallas Cowboys somehow miraculously win in the evening. Those are the only time football should be on Thursdays. But obviously it's not going anywhere because dollar bills, y'all, right? So I got to sit back and I was thinking, I'm like, man, how can they legitimately fix Thursday Night Football? I posted a meme up there on the Facebook page at facebook.com/Man Hour, and people were kind of, joking around like, hey, just don't have shit games, yada, yada, yada. True. But at the end of the season, when you write, or at the start of the season, when you write these games out, like, a lot of these games look good on paper, right? The Raiders were supposed to be good. The Raiders are supposed to run the AFC West. Right, Combs? How did that pan out for you? And the Rams were coming off a Super Bowl win. They were supposed to be good as well. So on paper, the game should have been good, 8 months ago, whenever the schedule came out. But obviously, things have not filtered out the way they should be. So this is how you fix the Thursday night games. Obviously, we we can't flex the games and all that crap. Like that's just not going to work. The teams that play on Thursday nights need to have a bye week before the Thursday night game. It's simple as that. Give them 10 days to prepare for this game. It's simple as that. Give them a bye week. That will make it so it's an actual work week, not a condensed work week. Like the Rams played Sunday afternoon and then they turned around and played Thursday. Baker Mayfield literally had one practice to throw for 230 yards at 35 attempts. But if you give them a bye week the week before, then they can properly prepare. And then kind of It's like a bye week within a bye week, like at that point, because then you have 10 games till the next game as well. So if you want to have successful Thursday night games, give them a bye week before Thursday. And then people are like, oh, but what about the Cowboys? They played like 3-4 Thursday night games. Don't allow that to happen. There are 32 teams in the NFL. There are an opportunity for 16 games to be played on Thursday night. Each team plays a Thursday night game. Simple as that. That fixes that real freaking quick. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a man with a dream, and I don't know. That's shock news. Alrighty, guys, welcome to the Man Hour Friday edition here. Michael Buckcusher here, flying solo as normal right here on Man Hour. If you guys have not done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. It'll be most inclined if you do so. Sharing is caring. We are doing the $100 giveaway pick'em. All you have to do is you have to click the link in the description below, fill out that Google Docs form, be following Man Hour on whatever platform that you're watching, as YouTube or Facebook. Comment at least 10 times tonight and then share this with a friend as well. And bada bing, bada boom, that gets you entered into the $100 giveaway. It's free, it's easy, and it is a perfect time to get some money right before Christmas here. So sharing is caring at the end of the day. All voting or everything ends Saturday morning. So I'm going to shut off all the acceptance on Saturday morning, probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. Bada bing, bada boom. It is locked. Right now we're sitting about 160 some people. So with that being said, we do got to welcome some people into the chat. First one to pop up here is Alpha Rob. He says, what's up, Buck? What is up, Alpha Rob? Sorry I missed all week, man. I've been definitely under the weather, just kind of feeling blah. We see my man Joey in the chat as well. What is up, Joey? I'm glad you are joining us tonight right here on Man Hour. Isaac, what's up, my man? Hope you're having a grand old time. Get safe to back to wherever you're going from. I know you were traveling and you were in town for like a little while, but be safe, buddy. Wyatt, what's up, Wyatt? I hope you're having a good old time there at Full Sail. Wyatt used to be a part of Man Hour, but he is he's doing the college thing now, so Wyatt, definitely have fun over there. We got Nana in the chat over here at Facebook. What's up, Nana? Hope you're having a grand Friday night. Hopefully to see you tomorrow. We got big things popping over here at the Buck House. Come on over, Nana. Mama Buck's in the house. What is up, Mama Buck? Luke G dropping in. What is up, Luke? I hope you're having a good night, my man. But guys, let's get into it. It is time for Way or No Way.
No, that's way.
And if you guys do not know what Way or No Way is, it is simple, cut and dry, and to the point here. We ask a question, and then we simply answer it if it's a way or if it is a no way. Simple, cut, dry, fun, and to the point. So right here on the Friday night, I want to say Thursday, Friday night edition of Way or No Way here, we have got to talk about the man, the myth, the legend named Baker freaking Mayfield. Last night, he did great things for the Rams. The game was freaking ugly till about, 57 minutes in, and then about the last 2.5 minutes, they're like, hold my beer, let's make this exciting because, man, this game has been terrible. But Baker Mayfield, on just 48 hours of being an LA Ram, led them to a victory. 98 yards in the 2-minute drill to put them ahead 17-16 to ultimately win the game. He went 22 for 35 for 230 yards, but those numbers are pretty deceiving because it was a very ugly game. Let's just be flat out honest about that. But the question of the night, way or no way, Baker Mayfield is the future quarterback in LA. So guys, as you guys know, I am kind of a big Baker Mayfield fan. I thought Baker Mayfield to the Carolina Panthers was a huge deal, right? I thought the Carolina Panthers were going to be a playoff team with Baker Mayfield in there, giving him a chance to, cook with Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore and CMC and those boys. But obviously things did not pan out. I mean, coach is out. Baker Mayfield's like, I don't know if I really want to be here. They sat him because they basically didn't want to give the Browns an extra pick. So By de facto, they released him and LA Rams picked him up off of waivers, which is weird because that no other team wanted to pick him up. No 49ers, no Houston Texans, no Jets. I mean, it is what it is. But Baker Mayfield's the future quarterback in LA. I'm going to have to go with wet. I'm going to have to go way with on this because of the simple fact that Matthew Stafford, who really knows what is going on with him? It was a couple weeks ago, right? He was diagnosed with a concussion Tuesday after the game, and now it's being said it's a neck leg injury. Basically, he can't feel his legs. He is going to have off-season surgery to repair all this stuff, and rumors has it that it could be career-ending injury that he has. So right now, the Rams basically have nobody on their roster worth anything. They have no draft picks. They have no really trade value to get a quarterback in free agency, right? Who is going to want to give them, 6 draft picks for Aaron Donald that's going to retire, or Matthew Stafford that you don't know if he's healthy, or who was the quarterback that was going to start? Like, there is no value on the Rams for any other team to give them a quarterback like at this point. No draft picks, so yeah, Baker Mayfield by default, I should say, is the future quarterback in LA. Not because he's better than Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's injured. It could possibly be a season ending or a career-ending injury. The backup quarterbacks in LA obviously suck, right? You had a quarterback come in there that took 10 offensive snaps the Wednesday before the game and come in and did a lot better. So it's just, yes, Baker Mayfield will be the future quarterback of the LA Rams, and I'm not scared to admit that. Rest of the NFC West should be scared. Because after that game-winning drive, look how excited the LA Rams were, guys. Cam Akers was happy. All those back linemen were like, hey, we sucked all night, but damn it, this last drive, man, we love us some Baker Mayfield. And think about this, guys. They still have Cooper Kupp that's injured. They still have the guy from the Chicago Bears that went over there. What's his name? Name's slipping my mind. But he is injured. He's out for the year. So there's 2 big-name receivers that are not on the field right now. Number 1 and number 2 receivers arguably on the team. Tutu Atwell is up and coming, right? The Rams are still there. With Baker Mayfield, they are probably a playoff-bound team next year. So 100% way he is the quarterback for the Rams moving forward. Let's pop that off the screen. Road Jedi, what's up, my man? I see you popping in the chat. Man, why does this never work right? So I had this thing called Twidget. It is supposed to be able to pop up chats. There it goes. He says Baker Mayfield for MVP. Bruh. Come on. That's like saying, I actually did a short, a YouTube short that should be posted. I think it's Saturday morning it should post. But many people think that the punter for the Raiders should be MVP. If you guys think a punter should be an MVP, 2 things are wrong. Your team freaking sucks. And 2, if you're punting that freaking much that he is an MVP, your team doesn't even suck. Like, it is just like getting ran off the freaking field. So Baker Mayfield for MVP, come on, man. You can give me all that winky face you want, but 22 for 35 for 230 yards. Not terrible stats, right? Not terrible. But, man, it was so ugly. It was so ugly, man. It was so ugly. I think Baker spends 1 more year under Stafford, then Baker spends a few years in L.A. until the Rams draft a quarterback. Then Baker becomes a starter somewhere else. So I would buy into that if Stafford was not having a neck operation or whatever type of operation he is having. Matthew Stafford, this surgery that he is supposed to be having in a couple weeks, I guess, in the off season, which I don't like. If he's already on IR, why don't you have the surgery now so you can come back sooner? But I don't understand like how that all works. If this is legit career ending, I mean, Baker Mayfield's the guy now. I don't think you want Baker Mayfield to sit behind Matthew Stafford. You have a quarterback in his prime right now. Well, he's seven years in the league. Yeah, get him on the field now. Get him on the field now. Alpha Rob says, way on Baker. Stafford is probably done even if he comes back. True. He has looked miserable all season long. Could it be because of the injury that he has? Or could it just be because that he has, like I said on the Rams and Aaron Donald, maybe they won that ring and it's kind of like, no need to work hard. No more to have that killer instinct. No more to be hungry. Maybe that is it. What's up, Drew? See you in the chat, my man. Well, Drew, why does your picture never pop up? I guess they don't like Blue Lives Matter. I don't know, man. Anyways, Barry says the handsome fella is out. I guess Combs is a handsome fella. I don't know. Barry, who's a handsome fella? Let me know, man. I'm just kind of curious of who the handsome fella is. I'd be curious to see. Curious to see who the handsome fella is.
No way. Yes way.
And the next way or no way of the night, we are going to go from the LA Rams to a player that used to be a part of the LA Rams, and that is Odell Beckham Jr., Mr. OBJ himself. If you guys remember, for the last, month, 2 months, 3 months, Odell Beckham Jr. has been going on the superstar treatment around the NFL, saying, I'm going to play here, I'm going to play here. Well, I mean, he wasn't saying that, but people were saying it. Speculations, the Giants, the Cowboys, the Dolphins, the Bills, going to the Chiefs, going to the Vikings. Like, the list was going on and on and on and on. Well, he had a visit with the Dallas Cowboys last Tuesday, and it came out that he will not be ready to play for the Cowboys, at least, in the regular season of the 2022 season. Odell Beckham Jr. has since confirmed those rumors and says that he will not be ready for the 2022 regular season. So with that being said, guys, way or no way, Odell Beckham Jr., after this news has come out, still has his cherry picking of teams that he can join. He can pick and choose who he wants to join at the end of the day. So guys, if you've been a part of a Man Hour for any moment of time here, you know that I feel that Odell Beckham Jr. is kind of overrated. Now, he used to be a decent wide receiver. He was getting 1,000 yards every season, his first, 4, 5, 6 years in New York. And then just the ego kind of just took over, right? Ever since the catch, Odell Beckham Jr. has just kind of been just the catch guy, right? So when he was getting the superstar treatment across the NFL, I'm going to choose to play here. No, I'm going to play here. No, I get to play here. Like he thought he was like on some type of Michael Jordan farewell tour crowd. I don't know what it was, but it was just stupid. It was ridiculous. So way or no way, after the news that just came out, Odell Beckham Jr. still has his team picks of any team that he wants to join. I'm going to go with no way. I'm going to go with no way because of the simple fact that teams that were interested in his services needed them right now. They don't want to sign a receiver for next year because in the NFL, the window to win is this big. Look at the Rams. Guys, we thought the Rams had this Super Bowl caliber team built out for 3 or 4, 5, 6 years. That window closed faster than my wife's legs on a Friday night. Like, it is just, nope, not going to happen. So, let's say the Cowboys here. Let's say the Cowboys bring Odell Beckham Jr. in for next season. Is that going to help them now? Absolutely not. Like if anything, that will cause controversy in the locker room. Like, who is going to get cut now? Who has to show out? Hey, give me the ball. No, give me the ball. Like, it is going to cause so much inner turmoil that people can be like, I don't know what to do anymore at the end of the day. Like, it's just ridiculous, right? The Giants. The Giants don't even know if Danny Dimes is going to be there next season. So how can you put a receiver like Odell Beckham Jr. and then let's say go draft a rookie quarterback? Talk about tearing a team apart. Guys, we saw what Odell Beckham Jr.'s father, let's air quote the crap out of that, father did with Baker. What is he going to do with a freaking rookie quarterback or a free agent or, some young quarterback, right? It's just stupid. Let's say he goes to the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills do not need him whatsoever. It was just like an added insurance, like, hey, let's sign anybody we can to make this Super Bowl run. So sorry, Alpha Rob, your Buffalo Bills are done. With Von Miller out for the rest of the season with that torn ACL, he is done. So Odell Beckham Jr. no longer has a choice of any team he can go to. Let's just put that out there. That is a no way. However, there are teams out there that could use the services of Odell Beckham Jr. if he's willing to grind it out, willing to pay the dues, willing to, get in that bubble of being on the team. The Detroit Lions could use the services of Odell Beckham Jr. The Indianapolis Colts could use that services, right? Let's see here. The Houston Texans, man, he's obviously not going to go to Houston because, I don't know. But yeah, no way he no longer has the option of being cherry-picked or choosing to where he goes at the end of the day. I mean, he obviously does get to choose where he wants to go, but he doesn't get to choose if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Rogue Jedi. Oh, I got to pop up the Twidget. My bad. For some reason, it's not working on the OBS. Says, I don't think Odell Beckham Jr. signs until after the playoffs. So do you think Rogue Jedi, let's clarify this. So you think once the playoff starts, then Odell Beckham Jr. gets signed to a said team. So let's say, let's throw a team out there. Let's say the Kansas City Chiefs get the number 1 overall seed, and then they have the bye week. Let's say McCole Hardman goes down. You think then Odell Beckham Jr. gets signed by the Chiefs or the Cowboys then? Or totally after the playoffs, after the Super Bowl. Clarify that. I'm just curious of what you think. Alpha Rob. Always defending his Buffalo Bills. He says they'll be okay without Vaughn. Frazier is the problem. The defensive coordinator is the problem. What's problem is the 13 seconds that you guys can't survive. The white lightning, as they say. Bills don't need OBJ. Taking targets from guys being there since training camp. Facts. That is almost like being the, let's flash back to Jeff Saturday. Oh, he hasn't paid his dues. He hasn't earned his ranks, yada, yada, yada. That could be the same thing about OBJ. He just going to come in the playoffs and get all the glory, without all the work? Yeah, I mean, I get it. As a player, that would kind of piss me off a little bit. I don't know. That would kind of piss me off a little bit. Rogue Jedi says the Colts need a good veteran receiver. The Colts have a good veteran receiver. Michael Pittman Jr. I like him. Who else they got? Oh, they got the Collie guy, the tight end. What they need is not to sign an over-the-hill 36-year-old, 37-year-old quarterback like they did the last three or four seasons. What they need to do is go and develop a quarterback from within. They had Sam Ehlinger. I thought he was pretty good. They had Jacob Eason once they released him. So they need to find a quarterback and stick with him. Is it Nick Foles? Is it Sam Ehlinger? Is it somebody in the draft? That's what they need. They need to do. Casey Morgan popping over here on the Facebook page says, I don't think OBJ be playing this year. I think you're right as well. He is out for the 2022 regular season, so maybe some playoffs times, but who really knows at the end of the thing? I was thinking probably around draft time when they first waive for free agency. So you are thinking that Odell Beckham Jr. gets picked up after the NFL season is over and then at the start of free agency and right before the draft. That would make sense. That would be the most valuable option for Odell Beckham Jr. moving forward. Get a good training camp in. The team can build around him, do good things, yada, yada, yada. I get it. I get it. Let's move on.
No way.
Yes way!
The next way or no way of the night here. we have to travel up north to the Detroit Lions, Michigan, Motor City, capital of the world. And guys, the Detroit Lions are hot right now. Detroit Lions are hot right now, and they're living fat, and they're leaving festive. Right, Tori Anderson? You're fat. But guys, right now, the Detroit Lions are hot. They are 5-1 in their last 6 games. However, they only have a 5% chance of making the playoffs. So the question, way or no way, will the Detroit Lions make the playoffs? So with that 5% chance, they basically have to win their last 5 games of the season and then get some help. So let's start off at the top here. Can they win their last 5 games of the season? They play the Minnesota Vikings this week, in which they're favored in this game of 2.55 points. That is like a betting trap game there. If you are a bettor and bet on this game, do not bet on this game. 2.5 points to the Lions over 10-2 Vikings. Like, what in the world? They're begging you to take that pick. So with that being said, guys, the Detroit Lions got their first win over like 500 days versus the Vikings last season. They kind of had the Vikings number so far this season in the last couple of seasons, right? So I think they're going to beat the Vikings this weekend at home. And then they play a Jets team. This Jets team is so hard to read. Yes, I think Mike White is possibly the future quarterback in New York. We said that last year when he came in for those 3 games, was it? And he kind of led the team, and the team rallied around just around him. So I don't know if the Lions can beat the Jets, to be honest with you. The Jets are, I think they're ranked 10th on Combs' power rankings here. They're sitting at 7 5. I mean, obviously they got to win out as well. My glasses keep falling down. They got to win out as well to kind of have a shot. But so that'd be kind of a playoff game as well. So let's say somehow they win that game, right? Then they play the Panthers, Bears, and Packers. Guys, I don't see them winning all 5 of those games. So do the Detroit Lions make the playoffs? No way. No way. Unfortunately, they have a 5% chance, right? They have to win the last 5 games of the season and get some help. I don't know exactly what the help is, but basically they gotta take care of themselves and help for others, and they're not even going to take care of themselves. As Road Jedi thinks, he thinks the Lions are going to go 2-3 to end the season. 2-3 is kind of tough. I'll give you 3-2. I think they're going to beat the Vikings, and I think they'll beat the Panthers and the Packers, but they won't beat the Bears and they won't beat the Jets. So that 5% chance is going to dwindle down really, really quick here. So sorry, Detroit Lions fans, you guys are not going to make the playoffs this season. As much as I hyped you up, as much as I wanted you to, I don't have the hoodie here. Maybe next year. Maybe next year since 1957, as they like to say. Maybe next year. Moving on.
No way.
Yes way!
And the final way or no way of the night here. We're going to stick to playoff football here. We're going to talk a little bit about Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson is expected to miss 1 to 3 weeks moving forward with his leg injury. Huntley is scheduled to start this week versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right now, the Ravens are sitting at 8-4, and they're sitting in a fairly good position to make the playoffs. They're almost, quote, a lock to make the playoffs. They have a 94% chance of making, a 92% chance of making the playoffs. With that being said, way or no way, the Baltimore Ravens miss the playoffs this season. So guys, let's flash back to 2021. The Baltimore Ravens were in this exact situation last season. They were 8-4. They pretty much had the division locked, and then Lamar Jackson goes down for the last 5 games of the season. They ultimately ended up missing the playoffs because they ended up only winning one of their last 5 games with Huntley as the quarterback. So with that being said, they're in that same exact situation again this season. 8-4, Lamar Jackson goes down, Huntley comes in, and they might not win another game for the rest of the season. This week, they play a very getting right Pittsburgh Steelers team. Guys, Pittsburgh Steelers teams they've been kind of flying under the radar since, Kenny Pickett come in, and they're secretly 5-7 right now, guys. They're actually doing pretty damn good right now. If they win this game, they slide into third place in the NFC North. So the Ravens, they lose to the Steelers at Pittsburgh this week. Then they play a Cleveland Browns team, a Saturday afternoon team. This is Deshaun Watson's 3rd game back. The rust is finally knocked off at Cleveland. They lose to Cleveland as well. Then we flash over to Christmas Eve. Sitting at 8-6 right now. Lamar Jackson probably still out with the 1 to 3 weeks injury because, every time we hear 1 to 3 weeks, it's always been extended for Lamar Jackson, especially when his coach said he was day-to-day just a couple days ago. Now it's weeks and could be for the rest of the season. They play Atlanta Falcons team that is starting a rookie quarterback. They're pretty much done for the season, right? But, man, Desmond Ridder is pretty good. Desmond Ridder might be the savior in Atlanta this season or for their future, but let's say they beat Atlanta. Let's say it. Then they play the Steelers and Bengals to end out the season. At least their Steelers are at like at home. That might give them a shot, but they lose that one too. It is for all the marbles versus the Cincinnati Bengals at the Bengals, and they lose that game as well. Guys, the Baltimore Ravens could literally have a repeat of last season. They're going to go 1-4 in their last 5 games of the season again. That will give them a 9-8 record again. And this year they'd sneak into the playoffs, though. So they will make the playoffs this season just because the rest of the AFC is beating themselves up so bad, right? The Chargers shot themselves in the foot last night. Sorry, the Raiders shot themselves in the foot last night. The Chargers sitting at 6-6. We don't even know if they're coming or going like at this point. And the Jets are at 7-5. The Patriots. So there's just I feel like they could lose all of their last 5 games and still be okay and still make the playoffs at the end of the day. So yes, Wade, the Ravens will make the playoffs. Unfortunately, this year, but at the end of the day, guess what? There's still Lamar Jackson still 1-3 in the playoffs. And he's not going to be 2-3 after the first week of the playoffs. So you can make a playoff run all you want. It's just going to hurt your draft pick for next year. So Lamar Jackson's injury actually hurts the Baltimore Ravens moving forward because, he's just dumb. Casey Morgan says, all in all, Lamar hit his peak when he had his first MVP year. I feel he's just going downhill. Ravens need a new quarterback. Maybe they will get one. Maybe they'll get a one and done in the playoffs. So this is a very sorry, I popped the other one up. This is a very interesting topic here. So many people, let's flash back to first 4 weeks of the season. Lamar Jackson was playing out of his mind. Let's just be honest. People are saying that he can basically write his own check. He can put $500 million on per 6 years, and he is going to get it, yada, yada, yada. And then he came crashing back down to reality, and he just basically shit the bed at the end of the day. So we have kind of been on a debate with Mike Combs himself via chat for, months here. Not really on the show. We should probably talk about it on the show. But I said Lamar Jackson will not be a Baltimore Raven next season because of the fact that he has hit his peak, like Casey said over here in in the chat. Ever since that MVP year, people have caught up to what he does good. He scrambles and he throws short passes really, really well. How do you beat Lamar Jackson? Keep him in the pocket and make him throw the ball 10-plus yards down the field. That is how you win versus the Baltimore Ravens, and everybody knows that. Now, do some teams execute the game plan better than others? Yes. That is just how the NFL works. But the basic blueprint is keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket and make him throw the ball down the field. So keep 8 or 9 guys in the pocket, 7 or 8 guys in the box, man up on the outside, force him to throw the ball deep. Take away the inside routes, throw outside corner routes. That is how you beat Lamar Jackson, and everybody knows it. So I don't think he will be a Baltimore Raven next season because of that very point. Casey, you are exactly right. He has hit his peak. Now, has he hit his peak as a player or just with the Baltimore Ravens? That is a good question. Because what has kind of failed Lamar Jackson in the last 3 seasons, right, since his MVP year, is the fact that his coaching, offensive coordinator, John Harbaugh, etc., right, they basically are refusing to develop Lamar Jackson as a passer. You can hire all these passing coordinators all you want, but if you don't change the offense to pass the ball and just play into his strengths, I mean, yes, that is good coaching at the end of the day. That will win you a lot of regular season games, but how many postseason games has it won for you? I'll answer that for you. It's one you won. It's when you won postseason game. So yes, he has hit his peak. Lamar Jackson should, if Lamar Jackson wants to prolong his career 7, 10, 12 years beyond what he has right now, he should leave town. He should go to a team that is going to develop a quarterback. The Jets, the Detroit Lions, the 49ers, right? Develop a quarterback. Teach him how to be a pocket quarterback. Teach him how to throw. Don't just say, here's the ball, hold my beer, and go do your thing. Like, it just doesn't work like that anymore. Just not going to work. Popping over to the chat here before we end tonight's show here. Alpha Rob says, no way on the Lions. They dug themselves in a hole early. True. What they're 0-5, 0-6? That is tough. That is tough. Casey says, I hear the Broncos need a quarterback. I actually did a short on this, Casey. I don't think the Broncos need a quarterback. Broncos fans just need to pump the effing brakes. Let me say that again for the people in the back so they can hear me. The Denver Broncos do not need a new quarterback. They need to pump the freaking brakes. Nathaniel Hackett is a good coach. Look what he did with Aaron Rodgers the last 2 seasons. The first year with Rodgers sucked. The last 2 MVP years. Give Russell Wilson and Nathaniel Hackett a chance, the Denver Broncos. Give them a chance. And besides, Casey, they just can't throw $230 million guaranteed down the toilet. They can't pay Lamar Jackson $230 million plus Russell. That's just not going to happen. Unless they trade. Would that be a trade? Would that be a good trade? Russell Wilson to the Baltimore Ravens for Lamar Jackson to the Denver Broncos. That's something to think of. Something to think of. And their picks. I don't know. So, guys, let me ask you this question. Would you trade Russell Wilson for Lamar Jackson? I mean, obviously, Lamar Jackson is up for a contract. So I'm not for sure how the whole logistics would work, like a sign and trade like they do in the major leagues. It's very, very, very rare in the NFL. But I don't know. I wouldn't do it because the Denver Broncos are a pocket quarterback away from being on a very, very good team. Russell Wilson is a pocket quarterback just 10 years ago. They need Jimmy G. That's who the Denver Broncos need. They need Jimmy G or Trevor Lawrence, Josh Rosen, Aaron Rodgers. There's some teams out there. Lamar would be good in Denver. Okay. Okay. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say, Casey, guys. That's going to be it for tonight. I got to get ready for work. Friday. Bummer. If you guys haven't done so already, enter in the $100 giveaway. It's easy money. Any dollar bills, y'all. We'll catch you Monday. Actually, no, Monday we're off. It's little man's birthday. Won't be here Monday. Be back Tuesday. Right here. Live, raw, uncut sports talk right here on Man Hour, guys. See you Tuesday.